Kodiak Hill-Davis joining us. She's the co-founder of Republican Women for Progress. So Trump appealed today to, quote, suburban women. What does he mean by suburban women, and why is he appealing to them specifically?
Well, thank you for having me on. Trump is appealing to suburban women because suburban women are a demographic that is often located in what we would call competitive swing districts. Women also in the U.S. consistently tend to vote more regularly than men do. So this is a big demographic. It's also not monolithic. It's very diverse. And I think sometimes the appeal to suburban women, the 1950s kind of housewife stereotype that you just referenced, is actually very outdated. Suburban women are more diverse. They are living with families. They are often living in multi-generational family arrangements. So I think we can't treat them as monolithic, but as a voting demographic, they're really important to carrying elections.
Okay. Now, thousands of women are turning up to over 400 protests that are taking place across the country to protest Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, among other things. Is it fair to assume that Trump is going to have a hard time convincing many American women to vote for him right now?
Yes, I think U.S. women are, on the whole, quite frustrated. Many are quite frustrated with the president, and I think it is going to be a challenge for this president to turn out the female vote in his favor.
Now, he has also come under fire for his behavior towards women for decades, including several allegations of sexual assault and that famous recording that nobody can forget where he described grabbing women, plus a record of other inappropriate comments before he entered politics, made to beauty pageant contests, celebrities, you name it. My question for you is, how do you feel about Trump's history with offensive comments towards women? And what do you say to women who do not want to vote for him because of that?
Well, as a Republican woman, a lifelong Republican woman myself, I find the president's history and behavior towards women very disappointing. As the commander-in-chief, his words and his actions really set a cultural precedent, and normative standards matter. So if the president of the United States is willing to speak in a disparaging way towards women, it means that we are less valued and less respected collectively. I would also say that we have many challenges facing this country, global challenges as well. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the president's comments about women. We're not talking about the global pandemic. We are not talking about climate change. We're talking about his language and his often disparaging words about women. And that's disappointing to me.
So, quick answer on this. In your opinion, why do you think women should vote for Trump, if you do think they should vote for Trump?
Well, I'm glad that you asked. I think based on the president's handling of the COVID crisis, I don't know that he's given a lot of U.S. women reason to vote for him. I think we're seeing, studies are showing already that the burdens of this crisis are disproportionately being borne on the backs of women. It's forced about a million women out of the workforce already, whether it's job loss or it's taking care of families. So it's going to be a tough one.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We are out for a short break, but we have a